Hey there you guys, welcome back. Today we are going to transplant this poor vanilla. Do you remember when I got this vanilla? I bought it from Amazon. Vanilla plantifolia, I do believe is what the scientific name is. And if you remember, it was in a small little pot, a really little, like a 2-inch pot or smaller. Got a little spider there. 2-inch pot or smaller. In sphagnum moss, wrapped in plastic. The sphagnum moss was really wet. The plant had rotted at the base. The top was still alive, and then we created the Orchid Hospital, the Vanilla Bean Hospital, which then, this is the hospital, and now the vanilla has really started to take off. It's not growing so well because, I don't know whether I've showed you, but this thing dries out so easily. It's still in its little moss home, and I put a little bit of bark in there, but by the time I remember to water, it's already crispy. But the plant seems to not mind so much. It's pretty tolerant of my horrible neglect. As you can see, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 16 inches long. It's doing okay. It's still just a baby. As you can see, the stem is maybe a little bit smaller around the normal pencil. And as they get older, the stem gets to be about this big, about an inch around, maybe an inch and a half around, just like a big pipe. So this is still very immature. So yeah, we'll transplant it. We will give it a moss pole. I think this is a cocoa fiber pole. I want to maybe put some sphagnum moss around it at some point to hold on to a little bit more moisture, but this will do in a pinch. This is about, I don't know, 20 inches tall. So this will keep it, this vanilla bean or vanilla plant happy for a little while. So anyway, without talking your ear off, let's start the process. I've been soaking some coconut chunks, coconut coir chunks, and some sphagnum moss. This type of orchid is kind of a terrestrial orchid. However, it climbs up in the trees really quick, so it's a little bit of both. It usually grows at the base of the tree and then rambles right up. So planting it in a more dense media rather than just plain bark is probably a good idea, but anything will really work. This is in sphagnum moss, like I said. So this is going to be a mix of bark and sphagnum, or coconut and sphagnum. See how it likes it. Let's give it a try. So let's get a little closer. Okay, so what do we got here? We got the pot. I'm going to use a clear plastic pot with the vent holes. I don't know whether it's really necessary to use a clear one, but it's what I have. So I'm going to use it. I've got the moss pole, as you saw. I've got some of this Velcro... what is it? It's like a tape. I'm going to use it to adhere the plant to the pole. This is fantastic stuff. It comes in a roll, and it's just Velcro that sticks to itself. As wonderful as you can get it. So I'm just going to add some of this pre-soaked coconut husk or chips or whatever you want to call it, and sphagnum moss to the bottom of this pot. And I'm just going to dump this orchid out. I don't know how the roots have developed, but we'll find that out right now. Look at this. As you can see, the media is pretty dry right now. I've never taken this apart to look and see what the root system was like. Doesn't look like there's much of a root system. How does a plant survive? Okay, well, I'm going to leave this stuff on here because I can't tell the difference. Something's holding on, and I can't see actual orchid roots. I think this is a little orchid root coming down here, but I can't be sure. But anyway, we'll just use what we have here. And if we plant this a little bit deep, it will root along its stem, and that's okay. They'll be like little cuttings, and maybe it'll branch out. We don't know. Let's have fun and experiment. Actually, let's stick this moss pole somewhere in here before I get really crazy. I'm going to stick it kind of in the center. I'll put some bark around there, hold it in place. Add some more moss around there. I'm not pressing it too heavy. I still want there to be nice air circulation. There, this is perfect. Alright, and now I'm just going to gently, let me get some of this sticky strip. It comes built in with a cutter. How awesome is that? I bought this stuff on sale. I think I got it for like $1 a roll, including the cutter. So I'm just going to carefully twine this around. I don't want to damage anything. I don't want to break anything. And then when I get to the top, I'm just going to take this, just stick it to itself. Like that. Just making sure that it stays together. I don't want to tighten it too tight. I want it to be able to expand. I'm just going to fill the top up here with the sphagnum moss from the pot. If you haven't seen the Orchid Hospital videos, I recommend looking into past videos to see what it looked like, and you'll be surprised. I was quite surprised that it survived, but it's doing quite well now. So hopefully that continues. So anyway, this is the repotting of the vanilla bean, or the vanilla orchid, Vanilla plantifolia. So yeah, happy growing. If you're growing vanilla orchid, let me see what you're doing. These can be really interesting plants. Are you getting any flowers? Are you just new to it? Let me know. Maybe you could grow these outside all year round. If so, I'd love to see them in flower, and I'd love to see some vanilla beans. So anyway, I'll stop talking your ear off, and happy growing, like I said. Get back here, we see the Japanese maple looking beautiful even though it had all kinds of winter damage. You'd never know it. And there's the grass down at the base. Really